I don't even know what to say no more. I've done this video like 3 times, and I meant chocolate. I was like, I don't know how pregnant women eat. I'm not showing you nothing. You can't see that. And I've been practicing since getting raspy and across more truer.
In terms to what extremes? My mom.
I'm sorry, and don't worry, I got my brush too.
Time for yourself. I mean, you always got to be true. You get tired, except my fingernails. I usually do them a little better. They are, my hands are. Hi, it's me. It's Jessica. Welcome to another one of my videos. I'm rolling up a window. It is windy out here. It is hot. It is like, and I'm at work. It's like crazy. But it's too windy outside, and this camera is not the best. So, I was going to try to do it outside. It's just too windy. And you gotta excuse me, I tried to do it last week outside and it didn't work either. So, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm here at work. Jessica at work. And the reason, I mean, today's what? Today is March 30th, 2013. So, welcome to another one of my videos. See, look, I did my nails. They're all right. I don't do a professional job, and I got to keep them short because they break. And I'm not going to, I mean, I can grab the horn and break a nail, and I don't want to get too carried away. So. But no, I actually had a comment on YouTube a while back because I'm getting close. I'm counting down the last year before I actually get my SRS, my GRS. And in case you don't know, that's gender reassignment surgery. And one viewer decided to comment and say, and pretty much say that I did not qualify because I drive a truck. I don't, basically, it's a long story short, but because I wear a uniform, I wish I can just quote exactly what it was, but it's because I wear a uniform that's male dominant. That's not part of the uniform, so this is pretty much how I am at work, because I got to button that up. It's just hot, so, but, because I drive truck, in the oil field, I'm not, I guess you could say I don't work as a secretary somewhere. And they were pretty much saying my RLE is non-existent and that I'm always going to be a male and yada, 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 yada. So, you know what? Hey, guess who gets the paycheck? It is Jessica. Jessica gets the paycheck, okay? Jessica is living her life. You know, it doesn't take reading all these magazines and looking all fancy and dancy. I mean, believe me, if I look like that, heck yeah. I'd be like, but you know what? I would never, ever, ever be caught dead wearing something like, what in the hell is that? What in the heck? I am sorry, okay? Well, that's kind of pretty. But no, that doesn't... There's some wild dresses and stuff. You all know. Ow. So, I work in a male-dominated industry. I'm a truck driver. I toot my own horn. And I can toot it all day long. But you know what? I'm doing this to save up for SRS, GRS. I mean, I'm able, with this job, a truck driver, if it doesn't matter where they work, they can make anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000, and sometimes even more. I mean, if you're hauling the right kind of stuff. But when you're starting out, you're making $30,000 a year. I mean, this is my what? 4th year? 5th year. driving truck. So I've driven truck for 5 years. And this is all I pretty much know. That doesn't make me any less transgendered or qualified to get SRS. I don't know where that person was going. I still go to the beauty place and get my eyebrows done, and they still hurt from yesterday. I still end up going to the tire center and putting on tires on my truck, which I did yesterday. And just so I do both things, and most women do. Okay, I'm sorry, I know women that drive trucks. We gotta be out here to show the guys how to drive a truck. It's kind of ironic, and it's all good. So basically, I've had this job in particular now for what, going on 6 months. 6 months will be April 1st. You know, and I've drank a lot of my money away when, you know, before I was transitioning. I just never really was good at saving. Right now I'm still at about $9,000 saved up. So, and I got all the way, I'm still shooting for February, March, 2014 for the actual surgery date. But the way I look at it is if somebody walked up to me a couple years ago, and they walked up to me a couple years ago. It wasn't just blatant, but, you know, they said, you know, Jessica, well, they said Mike, but, you know, because I wasn't Jessica at the time. But they said, you know what, you just go out there and work in the oil field for 2 years and save up some money and your surgery will be paid for. I mean, come on. It's like, we got to do what we got to do. If I got to work at 5 years at McDonald's, well, I'd probably have to work longer. That one's probably me. You might need to work somewhere else other than McDonald's. I'm sorry. To actually, you know, get the surgery. Unless you go over to Thailand, maybe. I don't know. I'm still looking at Thailand. I'm looking at Chetawit. And I'll decide as time gets closer. I got an appointment with Dr. Raphael out of Dallas, April 22nd, and then I got a vacation coming up in June. It's like June 1st through June 11th, and I'm already starting to actually schedule it. So what I'm looking at is like June 3rd, I'm going to make a trip. I'm going to use some of my money, not much, but I'm going to drive down to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. Visit my sisters. I have 2 sisters that live down there. Love them both. I'm going to go visit them. And while I'm there, I'm going to go to Scottsdale and see Dr. Meltzer. So, I mean, why not? So that will make the second consultation. I'm not picking a doctor yet, but it does serve me right to get educated, to, you know, think of questions that, you know, the doctor will bring up, and then obviously I'll have questions for the doctor, but, you know, to get better prepared, to get better educated, to get different opinions. Like I said, I'm probably not going to choose either one of those doctors. I'm probably still going to go to Thailand, but it leaves me better educated, so when I do go to Thailand, I can pick the right doctor there. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me it does. And to my family, it does. Because a decision like this is not something we could just do on a whim. Some people do, some girls do. Some girls try and they fail and they get frustrated. And then they just give up. And that ain't cool. Never give up. Never. And it's easier said than done, believe me. I mean, I got a long story. I've been, you know, the last year and a half's been happy. All my videos are pretty much happy. What you guys really don't see is the struggles before my decision. You know, growing up, you know, living in an adoptive family, having 6 sisters and 5 brothers. I mean, I've told you that story before. you know, being a property owner in Montana, you know, losing it because I was so much on drugs I couldn't even make my payments. I mean, so I literally was homeless, out on the streets of Boise, Idaho, living underneath bridges because it was just me and my dog. And the homeless shelters wouldn't take my dog, and I wasn't going to, you know, I had too much pride. Don't know why. Didn't want to tell my parents I was homeless. I didn't want their help. I was my pride. They asked me how I was doing. I'd be like all macho and be like, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. But deep down inside, I was crying. So, I mean, I got a story that, I don't know. I can go on forever and ever. And one of the things I am going to do, or at least I'm in discussion right now, and it looks like I'm going to do it. We haven't picked a date yet, but if you're familiar with Transition Radio, it's a radio show Friday nights. I'll get more details later, but it's going to be like the end of May, and it's like a half-hour show. Just, you know, go through that story with the listeners there. So that would be kind of neat. It'll be good to share that part. Because it has been a long road, but it's, you know, it's been worthwhile. It's definitely been worthwhile. So no, I can't wear that. I got the ponytail on. See, it's all good. I work. I get a paycheck. I'm happy. But did I just jump out here and do it? No. I mean, I remember when I first started hormones, I was actually prepared to still work and not transition on the job. I was going to let their hormones do this, and then if the hormones did too much wonders, I mean, if the girls were too big, I was going to bind them. You know, I mean, heck, if a female to male can bind them, you know, why can't I at work? I mean, I was prepared to do all kinds of stuff. I'm glad I didn't have to. I mean, I did wear tight tank tops towards the end, but it wasn't really a bind. And I was coming, what are you working out or what? Because that's what it looked like. I mean, I'm looking down there, oh yeah, they're big. Well, no, people looking at it looked like, you know, I was working out. Obviously now I'm I'm not working out. I need to though. With these doctors coming up and everything else, it's important to get back into shape. So, because I'm sure that's what Meltzer and Raphael are both going to tell me. I did, you know, after I go to Scottsdale, then I'm going to go visit another sister in California, and I'm still trying to find a doctor down there, Southern California. I mean, I'm not going to be going up to the Bay Area. I can't get a consultation with Bowers now, or you know, somewhere up there. I think Brownstein, or there's a couple others up there, but I checked. There's a doctor named Alter out of Beverly Hills or Hollywood, and I contacted him, and my lip dropped. It was like $41,000 for surgery, and I'm like, what? 41. I don't know. It's Hollywood, I guess. And the consultation was $450. I was, you know, which ain't the problem. I mean, that is expensive consultation. Meltzer was $100. But I think Meltzer, like I said, will be well worth it. It'll be $100 well versus, you know, spent, whether I pick him or not. And then Raphael's, of course, that one's free. So, but yeah, Alter, he wanted $450, which, you know, like I said, it's the $41,000. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to talk to him. So I'm going to try to find a different one, see if there's any other doctors down in San Diego or something like that while I'm there. Not too sure, but that's in June. So I got April's like right around the corner. Today is the 30th. A couple more days, it's April 1st. No, it's not an April Fool's joke. Okay, this is real. This is reality. You know, everything, my license, my paycheck, that's the big thing. My paycheck says Jessica. My RLE has started, okay? Whoever, you know, that viewer, if you're watching now, I am sorry to inform you, but it's just, my surgery is going to happen. My life is going to happen, and my life really does not affect your life. It really doesn't. We all are out here making our own decisions. We take a little bit. I mean, I've taken a little bit from somebody, and this and that. We create ourselves. We've done that all our entire lives. Doesn't mean we copy somebody or we dwell on somebody just enough to the point that, you know, we lose sleep whether or not they get surgery or not. No, we got to worry about ourselves. And that's what I'm doing right now. I am worrying more about myself. You know, preparing myself so I don't worry as much. But, you know what I'm saying? Instead of worrying about Joe, I'm worrying, you know, that lives down the street, or Max the mechanic. I'm worrying about myself. I'm preparing myself. I am far from transitioned. You know, as you say, it's transitioning is a process, and it's gonna take a long time. I mean, I'm sure I'll be transitioning after surgery. I mean, it's not just like, there you're transitioned. No. That's why people want you, the doctors want, you know, for the most part, to live the year. Have your real RLE, your real life experience. Obviously, if I'm out here in the middle of the oil field of, well, New Mexico, I'm on the New Mexico, Texas border, so I'm pretty much out here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of roughneck country. And believe me, I'm driving down here, I'm driving like that, and all the guys driving by were like, dang! So it's all good. It is. It's all good. I gotta get ready to go back to work. So, yes, I don't know. Should I? Should I? I've been thinking about getting back to work, but I was thinking maybe I should just like bring out the brush one time. Because I don't want you guys to be spoiled. Of course, my hair is tied back, so I'm just sort of like faking brushing my hair. I'm really... Actually, I did hit on this side, that's why it fell back out. But it's all good. It is all good. This is just happens to be the only thing I know. It's driving truck, and it's not that hard. It's a little bit demanding. The hours are demanding. There is no social life. Okay, you think I'm just making all this money and going out and partying? No. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. You know, you can imagine with the 12-hour day, hell. You get home, it takes you an hour to wind down, another hour to eat dinner, you know, another hour to take a shower. That's 15 hours. It's leaving you 9 hours so far, because there's 24 hours in a day. So maybe an hour to wake back up. That's leaving you with 8 hours. I mean, and maybe you want to watch TV for a couple or read a book. I mean, I'm just saying, there ain't a social life. Except when I go on my weekends, and of course, you know, I don't know a lot of people here, but I'll go shopping. I'll go to the mall. I'll, you know, I do what I do. And it's all good. It is all good. A lot more companies are, you know, it's not easy getting a job, being transgendered, but there are companies that are starting to, you know, they're playing in that direction. And if you get a job and you are transgender, don't blow it. I think that's the boat I'm in. They did such a thorough background check on me. There's no way. I mean, when I filled out the application, it said Jessica. When they asked to see my ID, it said Jessica. When they asked to see my social security card, it said Jessica. But at the same token, they did such a thorough background check on me, they had to have found Mike in there somewhere. Okay, so there's at least 1 or 2 people somewhere in this company that know. And it's, you know, whether they're just giving me a chance or whatnot, I sort of do live in stealth. I mean, I don't blab it out. I help people on YouTube. I mean, when I do the radio show, of course, I'll help people. I'm not totally in denial of the fact. I mean, that's one thing I'm always going to be. I'm always going to be transgendered or transsexual, whatever. I ain't ever going to be able to change that. I think I said this a couple of videos ago. You know, 1,000 years from now, okay, when they, like, look at King Tut's, you know what I'm saying? They look at King Tut's grave and all this. 1,000 years from now, they're going to look at my grave and they're going to get, like, totally confused because they're going to see the name Jessica and then they're going to dig it and there'll be, like, archaeological stuff and they'll be, like, brushing the bones with the paintbrush or whatever they use up 1,000 years from now. I don't know. And they'll be like, dang, that pelvic bone sure looks like a lot like a male's. I mean, they ain't going to change my pelvic bone. They ain't going to change all this other stuff that, you know, usually the dental records could even tell if you're male or female. I mean, there's just so much different stuff. I know what's in my brain. I know what's in, you know, my mind and how much happier I am living today. I don't even worry about it. I don't really sweat it anymore. I still get uncomfortable moments. I'm not going to say I don't. I still get the frustrated, you know, especially over the phone. Yeah, right away, sir. And I'd be like, pfft. And even the other day, I was in a tire shop. And I'm all decked out. I mean, I got my skinny jeans on. I got, you know, a nice blouse on. And I'm in there. And the guy goes out there to look at my truck. And I said something. And he's like, not a problem, sir. I'll be right back. And I was like, so I still get it. It's just, it's a journey. It's an experience. It's my life. And right now, I am so dang happy. And it's not really it's a happiness. It's not a happy, it's a happiness because I'm less frustrated. I'm not as worried. I don't know what it was. Maybe when I was living as Mike, I mean, obviously I wasn't living that much, but when I was out there, I was, you know, I was living a charade. I wasn't myself. I mean, you know, the body matched, you know, my voice, and it just didn't match my head. So now when I wake up in the morning, I mean, I look at the mirror, I get frustrated, but, you know, I put on my clothes, I get dressed, you know, just like anybody else, one foot at a time, you know, putting on the pants, you know, except my shoes sometimes might be Velcro, so sometimes I'm too lazy to tie them, I'll just do the Velcro shoes. I'm joking. So, I think that's why I'm happy so much now. It's just less worry, less stress. It's more natural to live the way I'm living now. And it's all good. It's all good. But I got to get back to work. I'm not making no money sitting here. You just got to remember. I mean, I'll give you more details on the radio show as it's coming up. Get a date, give you the links, stuff like that. Obviously, I'll update everybody when I see the doctors at their separate time. I'll make another video. I'll make probably 3 more this month. I mean, you know me. I never shut up. But you know what? I might not never shut up. But I'm always true, and I'm always myself. Because that's what you got to do. You got to be true, and you got to be yourself. So until next time, peace.